Are you in the process of writing a nonfiction book? Well, my friend, you are in the right place because today I want to dive right in and share 4 important tips that you must know early on in your journey of writing a nonfiction book. Let's go. The first tip that I feel is extremely important to really get across is to avoid dogmatism. And what I mean by dogmatism is mixing fact with your own opinions or your own beliefs. I see this a lot. When you really want to share something, it feels, very close to your heart. It feels important to share, but it's imperative that we are not mixing fact with our own feelings, our own experiences. And the reason that this is important is because you do not want to ruin your credibility by confusing the two. Instead, when you're writing, if there is something that's a fact that you want to get across, be sure to credit the source. And if there's something that's your opinion, you can say something along the nature of like, in my opinion, or from my experience. This way you're able to decipher between the two and your audiences as well as they're reading. The second tip I have for you is to avoid exaggerative language. How many times have you heard people say, this is so awesome, or that was so traumatizing, or this is so life-changing? And we use words and phrases like that because we want the reader to really be able to feel in to what the experience is. The trouble is when we use the word too many times, we actually negate the impact of that word. So instead of using too many exaggerated words and phrases throughout your writing, pick and choose where it's important to emphasize something, and then pick another word that can really showcase the feeling, the experience, the emotion without using an exaggerated word that doesn't put the emphasis where necessary. Number 3. This one can be tough when you're writing like an autobiography, but it's really important that you grasp it. And that is to avoid gossip behavior, gossip or judgy efforts. When you're super gossipy and you're writing, it can be difficult for people to see you as professional, and they may also wonder if it's a mirror reflection of you. So when you're sharing in your book, be sure to share, but make room for your audience to draw their own conclusions. With that leads to the 4th and final tip that I have for you today, and that is to make sure that you are truly sharing you, truly showcasing and putting forth who you are in your writing. I find a lot of times people want to filter or edit their writing because they don't want to, go too far. They want to do what every other author in that genre is doing. But this is how you can lose your authenticity. Your authenticity is your greatest asset, and so throughout your writing, find creative ways to showcase that. There's an old African proverb that I love so much, and it says, until a lion shares its version of the story, the hunter will always be the hero. So be sure to showcase yourself. Allow your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your expertise to be able to surface so that your audience can really resonate and relate to that. But also, with that said, be sure that as you're sharing that part of you, you're making it relatable to your audience because it's important that people feel heard, understood, and supported in your writing. One way that I've done that recently is in my Master Your Morning book. I talk about how much I know that people dislike morning time and how busy I understand that people truly are. And I share my journey of being busy and the journey of the different hats and things that I'm walking around balancing. But I also meet them where they're at and recognize what it is that they're coming in and feeling as I continue to give tips and strategies throughout the book. Using these different writing strategies will really help to support and strengthen your writing. More importantly, it'll help your audience to feel seen and heard in your writing and feel extremely engaged in what it is that they're reading. If you're looking for more tips, tools, and strategies on the support to writing your book and becoming a best-selling author, I want to invite you to join me in my complimentary Write Your Book in 30 Days training. As a current author of 12 international best-selling books, I pull back the curtains and I share the exact strategies that I have used to not only write, publish, and prosper from my books, but also the same strategies that I have leveraged and used to be able to teach my clients to do the same. Use the details below in the show notes, and I look forward to seeing you there. Oh, and before you go, make sure you like and subscribe so that you don't miss a thing.